Hey guys, welcome to another Generations live review of Thursday and Friday's episodes. So let's get started. So the past few episodes have been focusing a lot on Pamela. Like the main focus has been surrounding Pamela and Tiana's death. I think that's the main storyline that is sticking out to me, anyways. I'm not saying other storylines are not that exciting, it's just that the ones that I'm intrigued and it's coming out through more, it's surrounding Pamela and, Tiana's death. So, obviously, Tiana is dead, and Pamela has been on a mission to find out what happened to her husband, and she's not giving up. But at some point, I think she started doubting herself because of what Per had to say in terms of grief and how people think that she's not, you know, mentally there anymore. She's taken over by the grief to the point where she's not mentally stable. And when people keep saying those things to you, there's a point where you start believing what they're saying about you. And I think Pamela was about to start believing what everyone around her was saying about her being consumed by grief, you know. But she knows deep down in her gut that her husband did not just fall out of the earth and die. That's not possible. When you know your husband, you know your husband. There's one thing I tell you about love and knowing how your own person, your love, and that's what Pamela, she knows there was something behind Tiana's death, and she didn't give up. She didn't give up. She even went to an extent that she hurt Mazwi, and Mazwi pressed charges against her for hurting him. Please stop acting like a child. Stop being a crybaby, Mazwi. Yeah, she hurt you, but you are not innocent. You are probably the most guiltiest person when it comes to Pamela. So for you to act like, oh, she hurt me, I'm gonna press charges, what she did was a crime. You have been committing crime left, center, middle. Any second you can get, you commit crime. So you see yourself as that messiah, I'm innocent, I'm powerful. You're not. So Pamela is now in jail for assaulting Mazwi, but Mazwi decided not to press charges or get the charges dropped because Spare asked him not to do that. This woman is going through a lot. She's not really, apparently not stable mentally, which I think is bullcrap. Um, People are hiding the truth from her, and she can feel it. Starting with Mazwi. Mazwi's trying to protect the Morocco family from getting ripped to shreds by the media when they find out that Kabisi bought a kidney on the red market. It's all about reputation for the Morocco family. So Mazwi's doing everything in his power to be in that good graces, to protect the Morocco. So it doesn't matter if it's hurting Pamela or it's hurting anyone besides the Morocco family. I think it's selfish as usual, hypocritical of them as well. So I'm not surprised. So Pamela ended up going to the hospital. She got sedated, and Pet was there. Well, she's supporting Pamela all the way, and I feel like finally they have middle ground. They found the middle ground. They didn't let the past come between them. Instead, supporting Pamela through this hard time. And Mazwi has the nerve, the audacity to go into Pamela's room and steal Sianda's journal because it had evidence that she could have used to find out what happened to her husband. This guy, he's so selfish. Mazwi is one of those people who think they're so great, that if they're always that. They're so power hungry, they're driven by power. They can't even see when they're wrong or they are in the wrong. They're hiding behind, oh, I'm protecting my family, the Morocco family. Nah, you're a criminal like any other person because of what you're doing. The next thing, he apologizes. Your story doesn't mean shit if you keep doing what you're doing. So obviously, Pan got suspicious when she spoke to one of the nurses about this whole organ trade, because the woman looked so suspicious and guilty, and Spade decided to go to Pamela and speak to her and say, I think you're right, there's something going on. And then Pamela was like, finally someone's believing me. On Friday's episode, that's when that got into much more detailed scenes where Spare and Pamela not interviewed, but interrogated that nurse who's part of the red market syndicate. She came clean about Konono being one of the guys involved in another doctor, the surgeon. They call him the surgeon. So now that Spare and Pamela have proved that there's a possibility that Sianda was killed by these people, finally someone can do something. So they decide to tell the detective. As usual, the stupid detective is useless. He's trying to figure out where's the evidence. Why do you say that? And then he said, let me see, give me the journal that Sandra wrote any notes on. And the next thing, Pamela can't find it. And you know who took it? Mazwi. That man is the most annoying character I've ever had or have ever seen on a TV show. He's like the spoiled brat. He's such a spoiled brat, it actually pisses me off. Oh, I can't stand him. I can't stand his character whatsoever. Like, I cannot. But now let's move on to Fikile. So Fikile realized that her imagination took over and nothing's happened between Tracy and Mazwi. She was so embarrassed, and then she decided to apologize to Tracy, but Tracy was not having it. But I think she's trying to accept that, yeah, maybe it did not look, great on Mazwi's part, but Tracy was like, look, nothing's happening between me and your boyfriend, okay? Don't accuse me of something that I'm not doing. After that, Tracy had a chat with Mazwi and told him the same thing I said in my previous videos. The exact same thing I said. She says, I understand where Fikile is coming from. You have been so dismissive. You have been not, putting her first. You always make mistakes, but you don't realize you're making them. You know, you always come to me when you want something or you need help or advice, but the person you need to be going to is Fikile. And that's why she feels like something's going on between the two of us because you don't spend enough time with her. You know, she feels left out. She feels neglected. You know, I appreciate Tracy for realizing this, for understanding where Fikile comes from, for acknowledging that what Mazwi is doing to Fikile is wrong. She even said, you need to make her feel like she's the only one. You put her first, always, not anything else. And then it's like a switch turned on in Mazwi's mind. And it's like, oh crap, you're right. I've been neglecting her. I was not putting her first. And then she's like, do you know what? Next time when you want someone to talk to or you want advice or an opinion, don't come to me. Go to her. Don't come to me because she needs to be the first person you think of when there's trouble or you need any advice. She's your girlfriend, not me. You know, I can't be there for you all the time. I'm not your partner, romantically and business wise. So Tracy saying that to Mazwi, it made him realize what he was doing wrong. So yeah, yeah. So yeah. I think Tracy is really mature when it comes to these things. She knows how to handle the situation, and now Mazwi is now realizing that he actually effed up. So he sent flowers and messages to Fikile to tell her, you're the only woman I love, I care about you, you're my queen, blah, blah, blah. Oh, please save it. And we'll see how that goes. I'm not holding my breath. I feel like this relationship is really doomed from the beginning. It won't last. I really don't think it will last. But anyway, we'll see. Yeah, there were some scenes between the galley, Lucy. Obviously, they're thinking about the private investigation office, company, and I think it's gonna go well. Is it gonna actually lift off? Maybe, but we'll see. We'll see. As for Mazwi and his difficult, annoying ways, I think he'll never ever lose. Oh, let me protect the Moroccans. He'll never lose that. He's gonna be focusing on himself and the Moroccans all the time. Anyway, that's it for today, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Peace. Oh, before I go, um, Lesedi is now living. She's leaving. She's going to Rustenburg, and before she did that, they shared a moment in Poland, and Lesedi moved to one last time. I think those two are so cute together. I know they won't be together anymore, but I think there's a possibility. I wished they kept going with that storyline. I really wish they actually made it into a deeper level kind of relationship. But I don't see that coming anytime soon. But I'm crossing my fingers and toes. Yeah. What else? Let me see. I think that's it. Yeah. I think that's it. That's what happened on Thursday, Friday's episode. If I missed anything, well, you tell me. Peace. Okay, once again.